few are presented with an opportunity to seize greatness. In beautiful Southern California, the PGF Championships introduce that opportunity of a lifetime. It's North America's best of the best. It's a celebration of the sport, and a champion is crowned now.
Celebrating for real, you are the champs. Rock Gold, the pride of Florida, comes to California, and they win it all, the 18U Platinum PGF National Champs.
On a picture postcard afternoon, greetings from Southern California. Orange County, to be more specific. That beautiful venue, Bill Barber Park in Irvine, California. This, the 18U Platinum Division of the PGF National Champions. You heard it a moment ago, Rock Gold out of Fort Myers, winning it last year, beating a team out of Minnesota. This year it's Atlanta, it's Colorado, both represented, and we're glad to bring it to you. Hi there, folks. Game number 2. This is the 18U Championship Platinum Division. Amanda Freed, Olympic gold medalist, national champion at UCLA. My name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for hanging out with all of us. And I think most importantly for both of these programs, like we saw with Rock Gold Mineta last year, it's a chance to, with a win, move up to the Premier Division, which as you leave as an 18U, you're leaving a wonderful legacy for your program.
Oh, absolutely. And for a lot of these athletes, this might be their final opportunity to perform on this stage before they head off to college. So there's fun all around. This week has just been a blast. These teams have competed hard. Some have taken longer journeys than others. Right. We'll talk about it a little bit more during the broadcast, but so excited to watch these teams get together, create legacies, and also leave it out on the field before they head to college.
And maybe one final chance to play the best that you can play before you're playing at many different levels. We'll have athletes from many different levels represented in this event. The Atlanta Vipers, a very local team. Harley, Crescio, Rouse, Gutierrez, Moon, Hickey, Maletsky, Martinez, and Wiggins. That, the Atlanta Vipers, and away we go. Cam Ponick is in the circle. Cam ready to rock and roll. Very similar uniforms, working defensively. And that one is slashed foul. The Colorado Stars work defensively. I'm going to put it this way. Take a look at the socks. If you see black socks, that's the Colorado Stars. If you see bright gold socks, that's the Vipers. There we go. And thank you for that support, our production truck. Well, that's a wonderful way to start things. The Vipers. Harley is the right fielder. 18U Platinum Championship game. Elevated that one, swings right through. 0-2 the count.
Kyla has some tremendous speed and has really evolved over the season in her at-bats and her approach, and has been a big reason why this team scores the amount of runs that they score.
A graduate of Carleton High School, just wrapped up a journey with Callie Barron as her head coach. University of Tennessee Martin, you saw her commitment on the graphic. She said, I know it's cliche, but from the moment I stepped onto campus, I knew this was my future home. I loved the atmosphere, and ultimately it felt like home, going to UT Martin. Jam-packed summer for her with great memories as she fights that one off, foul up the third base line. Kyla, the oldest daughter of Clarence and Ronica Harley. The son will come into play for a bit. Her younger siblings are Cameron and Adriana, Brianna and Christian. There are 5 at home. She's the first one out of the house. Good screwball, but an even better spoiling of that pitch.
Yeah, and a really nice long at-bat. That's really what you want to do when you're leading off, especially in a game like this. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of possible early butterflies that you want to kind of dissolve within your dugout by having that nice long at-bat.
Ponick representing the Stars in the circle. Has her hands full to start things, changed up on her. What a good pitch. After everything firm, that one's soft. And it had some effect.
A nice delivery on this off-speed pitch. Harley a little out front. Great job fielding your position, Ponick, in the circle.
Oregon commit Elise Crescio is next. Duck, appropriately her nickname since she was committed, her teammates call her. Duck takes up and away, 1-0 the count. She's from Jasper, Georgia, Cherokee High School, where she played there as a varsity competitor for Tanya Carlisle, her head coach. Better dream school, by the way, Oregon, from the moment she started playing the game. And now that's where she's headed. Hits it hard, but foul. Late on that one, took it out of the catcher's mitt. Martinez, Rayleigh, Montoya in the outfield. Osborne, Barnhart, Marvell, Giroux on the infield. Johnson behind the plate. And there's Kelsey Johnson with her battery mate Cam Ponick. The 1-1. Toward the alley in right center field. That one's still carrying. It's up against the wall. That one took off, had some giddy up on it. Didn't know if it would go that far off the bat. Elise with a double.
I'm with you, Darren. I didn't realize it was going to travel as far as it did until I saw Rayleigh turn her back and start heading for the wall, and that ball just kept carrying. Really nice bat speed by number 2 out in the right center field, and a safe stand up at second.
May Rouse gets the call from Ackworth, Georgia. She's going to go play community college softball at Wallace State in Alabama. As she takes the pitch up and away. Said they showed they cared about me more than any place that I dealt with, and I'm excited to be somewhere where they want me there. Daughter of BJ and Michelle. She leaves her parents as empty nesters as she is the only child as she takes a strike. This was a great goalkeeper, and I'm talking high-level goalkeeper for 3 years on the pitch. Loved the sport, thought about possibly playing at the next level, but softball had her heart. Got a runner in scoring position. How about this, Freed? She knows she's a taller hitter, and she said, I look at the other side of the plate, but I've learned a lot watching the Dodgers' Freddie Freeman hit as a taller hitter. She's Georgia-based, but remember, Freddie was a Brave for a long time. 2-2. And the one thing he's known for, all taller hitters have to deal with. The leverage is great, but the longer arms is a challenge. How do you have that tallness and the height, use the leverage, but stay short with your approach?
Right.
Two and two, the count. Ducked her out of there. Freddie tells stories of standing against the backstop no matter where he is, where clearly if he were to extend his hands and swing, he'd grate his bat against the metal or netting backstop. He stands close enough so that when he swings, he doesn't touch the backstop.
But you still cover the outside part.
Just enough, yep. Get it back. Bailey is on. Carly Gutierrez now for the Atlanta Vipers. Those Vipers in their gold socks. We're going to say that a lot. Because the Colorado Stars look like they went to the same uniform shop. Good-looking uniforms both. I think we're going to change them to the Atlanta Gold Sox. That's their new name. Back to the screen it goes. Gutierrez from Noonan, Georgia. Georgia College and State University. Fell in love with Georgia College. Made her decision pretty easy, the daughter of Kelly and Richard. That one misses low. A couple of runners on out there. This is another diverse athlete that played lacrosse for a long, long time. Something that she finally just shut down, but a big part of her athletic journey, softball and lacrosse. That's a physical sport. Screw ball and a pretty one. Gutierrez, the first baseman, a moment ago.
And so far we've seen Ponick working all sides, inside, outside, working a nice off-speed pitch.
High bouncing ball up over the circle. Only players out front, and it's made. Meredith Barnhart settled just in front of that bounce and quickly got rid of it. She had to. Runners moved to second and third for the Atlanta Vipers.
Yeah, that works at moving runners over, and almost looks like it might be a base hit. There's a very much a sense of urgency by Barnhart to get that ball over the first.
Ponick, as she goes to work, does so against Ava Moon, the shortstop. Ponick is from Parker, Colorado. She fires that screwball home, and it grabs the inside corner. Moon peeks from underneath the bill of that helmet as the sun starts to say goodbye for the evening. Shadows pretty stern coming across the infield right now. To the right side, and it's fouled off. Moon, the shortstop, dealing with Cam Ponick, the pitcher. Ponick, by the way, a North Florida commit. Ava Moon is committed, as you saw a moment ago, to Brno University. She's from Watkinsville, Georgia. Oconee County High School. She takes high that time. Deborah and Tom, her parents, along with Keith, her dad, Tom, her stepdad. She ran the 100-meter high hurdles as she shoots that one foul ball. Yeah, ran track a lot all the way through high school. 100-meter hurdles, 300 hurdles. That's a grueling race. She vaulted and ran the 4x1. She finished 4th, 3rd, and 5th in different events in the state of Georgia.
Wow.
It's not a little tiny state with no athletes in it.
No, and those aren't just simple little track events either.
Right in on the hands. Her speed and display now. She slips by as the ball slips away. And a run will score. She was running hard, but somehow it looked like it got right through the glove of Giroux. Not sure how, but it did. Both of them score. Wow, how about this?
Yeah, it looks like Osborne was going to get to cut that ball off, but instead it goes through a little bit further to Barnhart, which really makes the difference. And then the long stretch over at first, and that ball just goes right through the webbing.
Yeah, when it goes through the webbing, 2-run score. It's a swing and a miss. That curveball jumps away to Reagan Hickey. A quick call of time will tell you this about Reagan. She is one of the few juniors on this team. A class of 2024 athlete, catcher, first baseman. Comes up empty with that swing. She's at the Mount Vernon School, and she is a Virginia commit. So Coach Joe made me feel like Virginia was where I was supposed to be. Job keeping it in front by Kelsey Johnson. In a boot for 6 weeks to start this summer. Reagan Hickey, she was really excited about it. Just got cleared over the last month or so to play in a few events, and most importantly, this one. Popped up right side, that one carrying, still sailing, still sailing. Nice play out there, Sydney Montoya. Finally finds her way under it, but the wind is taking the softball deep. It helped Crescio out. A miscue, a couple of runs. Atlanta leads it 2-0. Beautiful night in Southern California. Cool breeze is swirling all around. Run early by the Vipers put a couple of strikes up on that board as they lead it by a score of 2-0. And Ainsley Pettit From ball ground, Georgia, as a Georgia Southern commit, is charged with keeping it right there. To go play for Coach Perkins. Became the head coach. Very excited about that at Georgia Southern. Peyton Rayleigh is her first foe. Slaps that one right down the line. In business, that's how you come right back. Colorado Stars, Rayleigh, the center fielder, with a single.
And there's so much ball game left, so the Stars just now getting a chance at the plate. Rayleigh, great job of dropping one in at left, get her team going.
Barnhart, DeMoss, Osborne, Guru is behind. Marvell, Montoya, Johnson, Martinez will introduce them all as they get a chance to hit. Stabs at that one as the drop dives down and away. Georgia Southern commit, as we talked about. Daughter of Chad and Jeanette. And the older sibling to Emily and Ivy. Really good student, 3.7, graduated future business leader of America as well. Went up and got that one and slides it right on through. There's a play at third, the throw, the tag, in time, got it. Kyla Harley with an accurate throw. That was the key. On one hop, Rouse did a nice job waiting and applying the tag.
Yeah, this is a tough play because this ball hits so well into right field. Harley up, throws a strike to third base to get the first out of the inning. You know, I like the aggressive base running, but with no outs in this inning, it'd be kind of nice to have a couple runners on the bases. But Stars coming to play business. That tag.
Well, she went out there and left any doubt. Nice firm sweep tag, almost provided protection for third base. Boy, she really clutched that softball when she did it. There was a lot to like about that as the curveball hits the outside. 1-1 to count to Maddie DeMoss. The DP, who's out of Aurora, Colorado, her next stop is Colby Community College. She'll play at the next level. Sean and Ed, her parents, Samantha, her sibling, her sister, was a great gymnast. Elevated after down and away at the curveball. She rises that with 1-2. Maddie played soccer. She also wrestled. Made it to state 1 year. She has used that as a big part of her journey, but then softball grabbed hold of all of her time. There was some pole vaulting along the way. Meantime, behind those shades lies an honor roll student. One and two, the count. Good pitch, even better take a screwball that time. This hitter came back from labrum surgery when she was a younger athlete, her sophomore year, out the whole club ball season, most of her high school season. First at bat, coming back, grand slam home run. In and out of the catcher's mitt of Malitsky, and into scoring position goes Barnhart. Defense going to work right away. We've seen some pretty good stuff from the likes of Harley and Wright. Kresha was next to her along with Wiggins. It's Rouse, Moon, Martinez, Gutierrez, and Malitsky is behind the plate. Screwball dots the inside corner. That's strike three. Started out right down the middle, just had a little bit of a right turn to it.
Yeah, Pettit's really aggressive down in the zone. You can look at how hard she twists her hips, rolls her wrist over. It looks like a little inside drop. She was throwing that same thing on the outside corner, but you can tell the confidence she has in it because she throws it so hard and so aggressively.
Addie Osborne pops it up just in front of the second base bag. Ava Moon says, I've got it. And she does. So they get Osborne. The Rutgers commit. We played 1-2-0. The Atlanta Vipers post up. They scored 2 in the top half of the first to open this ball game. This team that is 44-8 this season. A bunch of signature wins along the way. Came in second at PGF States in Georgia. Last year, PGF Nationals, they finished in 17th place. You've come a long way, baby. As that one, this is outside, 1-0 the count to Natalie Malitsky, the catcher. The Rhode Island commit as well. Natalie's from Canton, Georgia. Cherokee High School. Connick taking her cues from the dugout, just having a hard time getting together with regard to pitch selection. Starting to show a little tiny bit of frustration. She's got it handled now as that one's fouled straight back.
Well, Malitsky is one of the stronger hitters for the Vipers and can do just about anything. Bunt, swing for power, draw a walk.
Robbie and Cindy, her parents. Younger sibling to Riley, who is 20 years old, as she skies that one to the right side. Drew in foul territory. Has those sunglasses on to protect from the setting sun. Not a bad choice, 1 out. Adriana Martinez now.
Second baseman, number 16, Adriana Martinez.
From Buford, Georgia, Buford High School. Great baseball and softball program at Buford High School. She's headed to Boston College. On a line, right to the shortstop Barnhart, quickly 2 outs. Adriana squared that one up. From Adriana, Casey Wiggins now. Casey from Woodstock.
Number 3.
Changeup never got there. She went to Woodstock High School, headed to Georgia College and State University. Of course, her dad, Alan, the head coach of this team. Alongside Dad Crescio, who's his assistant. There's your pitch calling. That up nicely.
Good discipline at the plate.
It's Scott Sakamoto coaching in that Colorado dugout alongside Randy Barnhart. 2-1. Alan Wiggins looks on. That one's popped foul off to the right side. Vipers grabbing a couple of runs early in this one. You know, the Atlanta Vipers Gold Sox team. Thank you. Otherwise, you tell me who said it.
Yeah. Nope. Gold Sox works.
I hope those Gold Sox are victorious. Screwball up and in that time.
Now, this is a really nice at-bat, and you've seen this up and down the Vipers lineup. They've been patient and really putting some nice swings on good pitches.
There you go. Really like that with 2 outs. After a couple of quick outs, you make the pitcher and Ponick throw quite a few pitches.
Now batting, right fielder, number 5.
Yeah, and Ponick's got some great movement on her pitches. We've seen that curveball quite a few times, that rise ball, we've seen that up break. It's just managing the movement, maybe cutting it off a little bit to keep it into the zone longer.
Kyla Harley grounded out back in the first inning. She works against Cam Ponick. Ponick's been playing this sport for a long time. She played 1 year of T-ball when she was tiny. T-ball baseball at about 3. Flipped it into softball. She said I've been playing ever since. Pete and Christina, her parents, a big part of that. This is a really good student, a really good athlete. First team academic all-state her junior and senior years, Ponick the hurler. Right in on her hand, she'll hop out of the circle. Flip, not in time. That was her only play. Wow, amazing speed. Harley was flying up the line.
Yeah, that's such nice placement on this inside pitch, brings it with her, and that actually gives her an advantage up the line because her momentum was already started. And there's really no other opportunity than to just use that glove and see if you can get over there quick enough.
Elise Crescio doubled and scored. Back in the first inning, she takes up and away, 1-0 the count. Her dad, Thad, played baseball at Franklin and Marshall in Pennsylvania. College baseball mom is Jen. Got off the end of the bat, high fly, hangs up, in and out of the sunshine. Comes Montoya, but in the end, she ends the first and she ends the second inning defensively. 2-0, the Atlanta Vipers on top, 18U Platinum title game. That's the breeze that has been around all day long. It's getting warmer this weekend and into the early week in Southern California, but my goodness, it's not even comparable to places like where I come from in Arizona. The warmth here is very, very different, and now the evenings are gorgeous. In Irvine, California, Bill Barber Park, the Atlanta Vipers and their gold socks go back to work defensively against the Colorado Stars. Good curveball right in under the hands that time of Gabby Giroux. They got a chance to introduce Gabby. That was a heck of a pitch to start her with.
Yeah, Pettit creates a lot of downspin. Look at how much she flips her hand over the pitch. So even though it's up about waist high, it still has over the top spin. That's how she's able to induce a lot of ground balls.
Marvel.
Taking just a minute to get things together. P. Marv, Peyton Marvel from Lakewood, Colorado. She's a 2024. So one more year as she heads into her senior year. She's committed to Colorado Christian University. She drops that bunt foul. Said I wanted to stay close to home. That's why I chose Colorado Christian. I'm excited for one more year of high school. The faith part of my education mattered. And I love the coach, Coach Hayes at Colorado Christian. It's got to be a nice feeling when there's a fit like that.
You know, going back to fits in colleges, I feel like we're seeing that more and more. And I think we talk about this year after year as you hear these athletes going to junior colleges, D2, D3, NAIA, talking about the fit and the education and what feels good rather than where you're just going to go and win championships. So I really love the thought process behind a lot of these athletes' decisions on where they're going to spend the next 4 to 5 years.
Well, I agree with you, and especially let's say you're going to a D2 or an NAIA program where your education is going to be almost all free. That's a big part of it. You help out the home that brought you up. And then, as you said, if it's something like broadcasting or something on the business side, an accounting department, nursing, where it's your passion, I I love it. I think we've seen you right. It's not a follower's mentality anymore. And it's athletes really taking hold of their experiences. And Marvel is one of those. The daughter of Dawn and Bobby. It was great. She listed in her bio not just her siblings, and she's got quite a few, but all the in-laws, meaning sister-in-law and brother-in-law. So she's got all sorts of family that loves her and is cheering for her. Beautiful pitch. Curveball started outer third and then zoom, disappeared.
That's some really nice late break on this pitch, just outside the swing.
Now batting, right fielder, number 4, Sydney Montoya.
Sydney Stein, she's from Castle Rock, Colorado. Montoya, a Coastal Carolina commit. A fun place to go from Castle Rock, Colorado to head to play at Coastal. Mike and Patricia, her mom and dad. There's a curveball again. Boy, it's got some teeth on it when it gets to the plate.
When you see the way that Pettit opens her body, I mean, she exaggerates the open and the close, so it's almost like she's coming from around the backside of her body and creates a really deep angle and then gets break on top of that. So it's a really tough pitch to hit, especially when she keeps it through the zone.
That one ran in. Montoya's had some good lessons ahead of her. Her older brother Jared played it. Earl Roberts played baseball there. The darling of the World Series this year, shocking everyone. He obviously played prior to that a couple of years back. He's 25. And sister Abby played softball at Coastal. So it's been fun to watch, to learn, to listen as a sibling, to have a couple of olders out front. That's Montoya. National Honor Society student. Pulls the hands in. That one hugs the line. Good communication as Moon went behind Rouse and just called her off to end the inning. Couple of innings in the books, 2-0. That great squad out of Atlanta on top, the 18U Platinum title game. The 18U Platinum Championship game. Premier Girls Fast Pitch. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, glad to have you back with us. 2023 edition of these couple of weekends that change and have changed the face of amateur softball. Bailey Rouse to lead things off here at beautiful Deanna Manning Stadium. Up on her, dropped it in there for strike one. Cam Ponick against the daughter of BJ and Michelle. That one stays low. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Excited about her choice to play junior college softball. Foul back to the screen. She was talking about the recruiting process. It turned out to be a challenge for her, one that she's glad she finally found a place. She said it's probably one of the biggest challenges I went through. I never really noticed how difficult it would be. I changed positions. That set me back a little bit. I became overlooked. I've learned now I can compete with anyone. Help me knowing that where you commit does not define you as an athlete, are her words. And she says at the end, there are tons of JUCOs with players that are absolute dogs. And then there's big schools with players that never see the field.
I mean, those are facts. Absolutely. All up and down every division that's playing softball, you're going to have both.
I feel like that sums up what you were just saying.
Absolutely. You have to go for your own personal experience. and it can't be just what you think it's like on TV. And it's hard to look past that, but there is so much more to playing and so many competitive levels. So I love the way that she went about her process.
The All-State team this year became the first female to hit a home run at Truist Park, the Atlanta Braves Stadium. So there's big power here. At 528, first team All-Region all 4 years. Watch this swing.
That's some big power.
Cam takes her time, sorting through the pitching options. Now time is called. She plans to go to Wallace State Community College and then after 2 years find a place to play 4-year softball. Put it back. She took a walk. That's twice she has fought her way on and had that presence at the plate. You just have that feeling when you watch that swing that I can't make a mistake.
No, where are you going to put the ball that I can't reach or put a good swing on?
Now batting, first baseman, number 1, Carly Gutierrez.
Carls gets the call now. Gutierrez. 1-0 the count.
And Coach says she's a very good situational hitter. So a good opportunity here to make something happen on the bases.
Time management. I love learning about these athletes and how they manage time, whether it's working with their coach. We saw Alan Wiggins, their professors, their family, their friends. All these athletes, if you're going on to the next level, they've already trained themselves up, or at least they're getting ready to start even more so. Boy, what a pitch. Screwball right in on the knuckles. Just a second for Addie to get a handle on that softball, but then she did. Rouse is at second.
And it does the job, put the ball in play. Not maybe exactly what she wanted to do, but the priority was to move the base runner over, so did her job.
Team with the bat in their hands, the Atlanta Vipers. They lead it by a score of 2-0. Ava Moon drops down the bunt, bouncing out of the circle. They're very, very close at first. Moon racing up the line. Cam to Gabby Giroux, and she just legged it out. It's right-handed hitter speed, too. Looked like it got her.
Now batting, number 18.
Review could be a part of this. It has been and will be in this event. I might have spent it there.
I probably
might have spent it.
Yeah, and there have been a couple of, not in this game, but in our previous game, there's been some calls where maybe didn't change the trajectory of the game, but why not? Why not just ask?
One challenge per game. If the challenge is successful, and again, you get one more. That's not me playing the result. That was kind of a naked eye thought I had on that one. Really close though. Really, really close. But with the use of replay, she was out.
And it's still so early in the ball game, and we're talking about the 3rd inning.
I'd debate that with you.
You would still
I would debate that with you.
Well, I mean, actually, if it's overturned, you get another one. So
doesn't mean I don't care about you. Right back off the end of the bat. Funky spin, and it goes right on through the wickets. Was there interference, though? Let's see. Yes. Running into the defender there, and so the play unable to be made.
You know, this is a tough angle. It didn't look like.
Next up, catcher.
You send the runner back, by the way. Send the runner back to third. And Moon is out. Hickey reaches
Number 9.
on a fielder's choice. Rouse goes back. There's a reason she didn't make that play. Natalie Malitsky. But I'll give you one thing, and you're 100% right on the early part. They don't have the benefit of what we've had after to play the result.
Yeah.
So you have to sit, immediately think, look at one another and say, do you want to game this now? Do you want to chance it now?
Right.
So much like usually happens in our discussions, I've come all the way back around to your side. If you remember when the recruiting rules changed years ago, I was not on your side. I didn't understand it. I didn't agree. I was talking to Stanford and Cal coaches with you present. I regret everything I said back then. As now baseball has followed softball's lead.
Yeah, and everybody's better for it.
Yes, I agree. Well, when elevated, had a full swing. Watch this one more time.
Yeah, so let's go back to that interference. So, you know, so I do believe that the base runner should attempt to go around that play, but to me it looks like the glove's thrown out to make contact, and that's really why the ball isn't fielded.
Into center field, off that second base bag, and it's an RBI. 3-0 is the score. The Vipers add on. Big team out of Atlanta. Natalie with an RBI.
Right back up the middle. Nice hitting, hits the base. But gets the RBI.
Second baseman, number 16, Adriana Martinez.
BC commit Adriana Martinez. Martinez on one hop, out to the second baseman, Marvel. Flips and throws in time for the out. The Atlanta Vipers on top of the Colorado Stars by a score of 3-0. What an All-American week it has been in advance. Those from around the country. Perfect game. Premier Girls Fast Pitch doing so many amazing things. And it's their final opportunity to celebrate one another. And you made the best point in the 16U game. The PGF celebration on that beautiful Balboa Harbor yacht. They brought their families, and their families were thanked and celebrated too.
Yeah, and I think that that's important because as we talk numerous times during these broadcasts, how important it is that the families support and how much families do put out to give their daughters these opportunities to travel, and there's so much that goes into travel ball, that really so much sacrifices are made on behalf of the families. So it was fun to invite them onto the boat and spoil the families as well.
Kelsey Johnson, an uncommitted athlete from Arvada West High School. She's a 2024, this talented catcher. Katie and Dan, her parents. Sister played competitive softball. They played together for about 6 years. Her sister Mackenzie, who's 18. National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and a 4.5 GPA thus far. One and one the count on Kelsey. If her plans come to fruition, she'd love to be a vet someday, a veterinarian. Tip of the cap to all the great veterinarians out there. Couple of hops out to second base. Tries to use the other side of the diamond, but Adriana Martinez, the second baseman, turns it into an out. From Longmont, Colorado, it's Isabel Izzy Martinez. Silver Creek High School graduate. Played for Coach Ryan Beavers there. Headed to St. Thomas Aquinas College. Pretty curveball, but it missed in.
Pettit really hasn't shied away from that inside corner to the lefties. That hard drop inside.
Turned it over that time, the screwball to the daughter of Fraylin and Tanya Martinez. She's tried just about everything athletically, which is great. Soccer, flag football, basketball. She also danced a lot up until the last few years. She said, sports have allowed me to make friends, meet new people, find new strengths that I didn't know that I had, and also help me let out stress and energy. That's a thoughtful answer for a young person.
What kind of stress? School stress, I'm sure. These 4.5.
It's all relative, right? It's all relative, isn't it? It's not the mortgage, not yet. That one is high, 2-1 the count. Not worrying about mortgages and severance packages and employee reviews, none of that. But that 4-5, you're right. As she wags that bat in the box. I love that. I love the confidence to pitch in.
I mean, it is right there.
And going glove side, too.
Right, and these hitters aren't budging. So that ball is just so well placed. Not a strike on the few that we've seen, but I just love the confidence in that pitch.
There it is again. Elevated that one, had some rise to it. Right up under the hands. Izzy Martinez. Izzy slaps that one the other way, hugging the line, and now it's foul, giving it a good effort as Wiggins. Alan Wiggins sends his pitch selection to his catcher, Natalie Malitsky. And it's a big hit. Past the outstretched glove of Martinez. That's the number 9 hitter. That was a 7-pitch at bat, and a good one for Izzy Martinez.
Yeah, that was the first base runner since the second hitter of the game, and you could see where Pettit's going back for that inside part of the plate, but just leaves it over a little too much. Martinez was expecting in, but she got a pitch over the heart and was able to take it up the middle.
Peyton Rayleigh singled back in the first inning, but she chops that one foul.
So nice. Foot's down, head's down.
Pettit sees that one fouled off. She shared with us one of the greatest challenges she had to face was being, interestingly enough, extremely introverted. She said, I had a hard time expressing myself at all. I overcame it, reaching out little by little, beginning to gain confidence in myself. Now look at her in the center of the circle. Though, you can be a star in that center of the circle and still be an introvert.
I 100% agree.
You can be in your own safe place out there. She went on to say, I'm definitely still introverted and have a little bit of trouble reaching out, but I no longer feel like it's overwhelming, and I don't get anxious when I do so. You can live in your own world out there. You can remember mine was a mound, that one's a circle. You can kind of do your thing. Down off the end of the bat, pretty approach, but right to Casey Wiggins. I can imagine the level at which you played. the strength that your mind had when you were at your peak, the way you were probably able to just quiet everything besides you and the catcher.
Well, I was thinking to a certain extent, being an introvert might be beneficial in the circle because you kind of thrive in that lonely, air quotes, environment. You know, I can think of Rachel Garcia off the top of my head. She would probably hate for me to talk about it, but she's not the most outgoing, you know, extroverted person. She's, you know, shy at times, and she's had to work at coming out. I remember interviewing her, and it was like pulling teeth, you know, to get her to feel good about talking about herself and about her performance. But man, she dominated in that circle.
0-1 the count. Do you ever find yourself, your career is beyond you now, you're at this level of covering it, do you ever find yourself in the middle of the night having a dream that you're in the middle of a game and competing?
So I have more dreams of me not being able to find a cleat.
A cleat?
When they're starting the game and I'm in the circle.
So they're playing national anthems, the Olympic Games are starting, and Freed can't find her
spikes. Can't find my cleat, yeah. I don't know what that means, but...
I would guess that that's not the fun one. When you do have the competition dream, I wonder if you wake up longing for that.
I do. You know, it feels good because I do miss it, and it feels like it was yesterday, and my mind still thinks, yeah, I could do that. My body doesn't agree.
Yeah, especially if you're having to hit a pitch like that.
Yeah.
Barnhart up and away. That introverted Ansley Pettit. You don't have to talk to anyone. We just keep quieting their bats. Fun at the ball yard. Fun for those that are very young and certainly those maybe a little bit older getting to lead athletes as we have a chance to talk with one of those. Randy Barnhart on the staff with Scott Sakamoto. Randy, thanks for spending time with us. We really appreciate it.
You betcha. Thanks for having me.
What for you, and you're in the middle of it right now, so it's a hard question to answer, but what's been the most rewarding part of this week for you and your athletes?
You know, that's actually a pretty easy question to answer. We've been talking to these girls quite a bit about keeping their eyes on other people and playing for something bigger than themselves. And so we've really seen them come together. We're 15 games into this week, and so it's been a long week, but you've seen them gel and come together. So it's super satisfying to me as a coach, seeing them come together like that. So it's been super rewarding for us to observe that.
You know, I had a conversation with a friend earlier in the week whose team had lost early in this tournament, and she had mentioned, you know, they make it essentially impossible to come back and get to the championship game. But here you are. What does it take for a team to have that grit to get through 15 games in a week and show up here at the end on championship day?
Yeah, well, I thank you for asking that. You know, we actually have a pitcher that's down as well, so we've gone through all this 15 games with 2 pitchers. So that's been a challenge, but these girls, they really have learned to love each other and care about each other in just a different way, and you see that. I just go back to my first answer, and that's they just really care about each other and are you know, looking and putting others above themselves and not focusing on their own personal performance, but staying together as a team. It's the only way that they're getting through this, and so it's been a joy to watch.
Softball in Colorado, help us understand the athletes overall and how much pride you guys have in representing your state.
Yeah, you know, it's really fun to represent Colorado. It's a cold weather state. Our high school season is kind of off what the rest of the country is, and so sometimes it's hard to get looks for these girls. So to be here representing the state of Colorado, knowing that some of those things at times work to our disadvantage, you know, and so it's great to see them. I love that they get to experience this. So it's been a treat this week. We really appreciate you guys hosting us and doing this thing well.
Before I let you go, what can you tell me about that shortstop out there?
Well, I kind of like her. She's got the same last name as I do, and so I love her to death.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations on what you guys have accomplished, and it's an honor to cover your team.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really cool stuff, getting to know Randy Barnhart. He and Scott Sakamoto. Scott asked him to be on the staff once Meredith rostered up. So I'd love your help. Randy's an assistant coach at Lutheran High School in Parker, Colorado, where they won back-to-back state championships. So he's done a lot of winning as a coach. And she pulled the string on that last pitch, and that was almost an uncomfortable swing by Kyla Harlan. Actually, it wasn't almost, it was.
Yeah, Harley did not want that to be called a strike, and I'm pretty sure it would have been called a strike had the swing not gone through. The swing definitely does for that strikeout. Beautiful execution on that changeup.
Jocelyn Veltine is the new pitcher. We had her step onto the assignment while we were having the interview, so Jocelyn for the Stars obviously has an important role just to take it as long as she can at this point. Jaybird is her teammate's caller in the circles out of Frederick, Colorado. She's a Weber State commit, excited to be heading there. Has just recently graduated Meade High School. That one is up and in. Veltine is the daughter of Corrine and Ben, her parents. Both parents play Division II sports. Mom, basketball. She's a basketball Hall of Famer in a small school, and Dad played college baseball. Her sister played for 4 years as well. 2-1 to count. Flattened out. Did they get the lead runner? They did. Just barely. Nice play by Osborne.
Yeah, great job of fielding this ball. Stayed low to the ground. Throws a strike over to second to get that lead out. Very close, but the out is made.
What do you have for me on Peyton Marvel, the second baseman? I love the bucket hat. I love that she is wearing, I love that look. I mean, it's her team logo. That is awesome.
I've been eyeing that since I saw her run out with it on, and wondering if there's a story behind that. You know, sometimes you see athletes wearing baseball hats, visors, different kinds of visors. I don't think I've ever seen a bucket hat on the field, but whatever works.
In between starts, when he's just in the dugout, in baseball, on the baseball side, Dodgers pitcher Tony Gonsolin wears a hat exactly like that every game. He does not put on the traditional cap until he's out there pitching for the Dodgers, and he wears the bucket hat the rest of the time. He's also competitive as a wrestler, hiding behind those shades and under that lid. I'm all in. To the right side, just out over that outstretched glove, and that's going to roll for a while. Out front, hurrying on around toward the plate. No relay, it's to third instead. In there, 3 bases. It's a triple. Bailey Rouse with 3 bags.
We've been talking about Bailey so much tonight, and just her journey, and you know, she drew a couple of walks, but she's had such nice at-bats that you just had a feeling that she was due for a big hit, and here it is with 2 outs. Hits the fence, scores a run.
Boy, Elise was cruising, wasn't she? It's outstanding speed. Well, as we talked about, you knew as she just gets in there. Nice popping the tag down, by the way. Great effort by Osborne. You knew with the proper extension, she's going to hit it hard somewhere. Ali Gutierrez has grounded out a couple of times. By the way, for Bailey, that's, as you said, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and a triple thus far. 2 outs in the inning. 4-0 the score. Those gold-socked Atlanta Vipers. We'll do it again. Viper Nation, I'm sure. Those that can't be here are checking it out from afar. Change up. Bounce just in front of the bag. That's a strong arm flexed by Meredith Barnhart. Had a good opportunity to talk with her dad this inning. 4-0 is the score. Those Atlanta Vipers on top. 18U Platinum title game. Alan Wiggins, the head coach of the Atlanta Vipers team. He joins us now. You got to call pitches, so we'll be brief with you, Coach. How proud are you of your team and what they've accomplished thus far?
Oh, goodness gracious. It's pretty amazing. These girls they just love the game. They love playing. They just embody everything that comes along with playing for a team and all the sacrificing that they do, but very proud of their focus and ability for just coming through this and playing like they do.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Since you're the game caller, we're going to let you get back to work. By the way, all around you, they're putting cups on your hat. Keep an eye on yourself behind you there. They're getting after you.
I would expect nothing less of these girls.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. And hello, Amanda.
Hi, Coach. Was that for me? Oh, that's awesome.
It was. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good. How are you?
We want to be respectful. You can ask him a question now. Hurry,
Okay,
get it in.
go ahead.
No, I mean, I just want to know about your pitcher out there. Pettit's doing an amazing job of keeping their offense quiet and letting your team score runs. Tell me a little bit about what she's done maybe in this game, but also throughout this week.
Well, she is pitching a great game. We kind of talk about how we have pitch selections and what we want to do, and she's actually executing some of those things with a great plan. But yes, she's done an excellent job, and I think you understand. Like sometimes your setups, your pitch calls, throwing through funnels, or whatever the case may be, and we just try to work through that as a team and a group, and take a lot of feedback from our catcher as well. She's doing a great job back there.
There's no live feed into their dugout. As you call pitches, you want to do one batter with us and let us know what you're calling?
Ooh, I don't know. Sometimes I have to think through it and have to.
Understood.
How about I'll call the pitches?
I'm getting a little ahead of myself. There's for sure. I just know that curveball is just repulsive against left-handed hitters.
It really is. She can make that thing move a lot more if she wants to. We've actually talked about having to control it and keep it within the zone and work through a presentation standpoint on that. She's done an excellent job with it.
All right, Alan, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate everything y'all do for the sport.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, bye-bye.
He wanted the question from Amanda,
I know,
and I don't blame him.
I was
trying
trying
to let him off.
Me, and I'm so grateful. I wanted to call the pitches.
Well, you're an introvert too, so once he brought you in.
We could talk the game all day. Let's just stay on, and we'll just talk through what he's calling. I thought that was a great idea.
I got a little greedy then, asking, hey, tell us what you're calling. Got a little ahead of myself there. I don't think it was about company secrets he was worried about. I think he was worried about saying something and sending something else differently out.
We're saying it'll be like, I don't know, Coach. I don't know.
Oh, my
Good
goodness.
call.
The bottom fell out of that one. How about that pitch? Changed up.
Well, when that pitch does what it just did right there, it looks so. Look at the drop on that pitch. It looks so identical to that drop ball that she's throwing that it's really hard to identify until it's too late. And there's just not a lot of spin on it. That's a tough one.
Goes right back to the same pitch as it hits the inside corner. Yep, good stuff. Oh boy, really diving into those notes. Kind of had a look there for just a moment. He was a long-time Atlanta, not Vipers, but Braves coach, Ned Yost. Just a thought there for you more random fans in the entire world and our entire production team who remembers him because they worked Brewers baseball. Didn't smile quite as much though, Ned did. Allen almost took him away from being asked a question by a legend. He was not going to have it. 1-2 the count. Giroux grounded out back in the second inning. All of it just looks really uncomfortable, Amanda, and I know I'm simplifying it, but dealing with Pettit just looks really uncomfortable.
Well, when she's got command on that inside corner, like we talked about, she's not afraid to go hard in on those lefties. She's got a nice pitch hard and away, and then that changeup that's just, you've got to look to spoil that changeup. So it's tough to make those adjustments.
Threw a screwball that time. Look how athletic off the mound in time. She could have taken it there herself, and I think won the race, but she waited for Gutierrez to get back to the bag. It's worth the price of admission just to watch her work in the circle. So athletic, so unique. Tell me she couldn't have won this race herself.
Cause we're all California. I long to wrap my arms around you. Run along and renew you. Do all the things we used to do. Feel my toes in the sand, let my heart in the ground. I feel the love that we once shared. Here we come, California. Come and bring us back to life.
Opening weekend, opening day, and a celebration of championships of a couple of great parts of the country, Georgia and Colorado. There's the real future of the sport for that Colorado-based family. Foul team goes back to work. Rocket shot down the line, on the move, hurrying on around, Ava Moon with the double. Vipers are having some fun tonight.
Now they are doing well on both sides. And look at how Moon pulls her hands inside. I didn't think that this ball was going to stay fair with the location of the pitch, but when she put the barrel on it, such a good job of driving it right down that line.
Curveball misses away. Good pitch, though. How do you keep this fair?
Right, like look at where that pitch is. She opens up and just drops those hands inside and stays on plane. Doesn't get any of that slice to the foul line. So beautiful.
Good pitch again. Curveball dips outside to Reagan Hickey, University of Virginia commit. Father played college basketball for the Alabama Crimson Tide. She played basketball a lot and soccer as well. This is a 2024 Virginia commit, so she's still got her senior year to do special things, to create memories. And she rolls that one foul up the third base line. She also has an opportunity to try and at least hang on to a 4.53 GPA. Honor roll student last 3 years.
Well, Virginia is definitely a high academic school, so you've got to be able to perform in the classroom to take advantage of that opportunity.
Changed up on her there and froze her. So much so there was not even an offer at that pitch.
This pitch is just unfair. Look at the spin down and the break.
Natalie Molesky.
Nat Malitsky's from Canton, Georgia. Nat singled in a run back in the third inning for the Vipers. Also popped up to the right side, the Rhode Island commit. Curveball hits the outside corner.
Good job, John. That's how you're winning.
Two and one to count. Ask Natalie, give me a scouting report. Who are you as a player? And I love it. This is a simple scouting report. I play with passion and with joy. I love the game. I give all my effort every game in which I play. You'll notice it if you watch. That inside corner expanded just a little bit on the screwball that time. My favorite players to watch when we chat with Malitsky. Ava Fouts and Elise Crescio, both playing with so much passion. Her teammate, one of them, her fellow teammate in the center fielder. Goes out and gets it. It's knocked down in the circle. Nice job recovering by Marvel, who came in. The runner moves to third. 1-4-3 on the putout. Doesn't need those shades anymore under that bucket hat. As a heads-up play, because the softball right away gets redirected. Infield tightens up for Martinez. Martinez tries to dump it in front of that infield. Play is made by Osborne, who leaves it right there in the circle. 4-0 is the score. Colorado looking to get it going. Get late. On a beautiful Southern California night. Well, if that doesn't tell a story of how crystal clear things are with the wind sweeping through and the cool breezes in Irvine, California. The 18U Platinum Division National Championship game, and you can see the work that has been done. The 50 pitch is very efficient. As that first pitch curveball zips outside, gets a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Pettit has been really efficient in the circle. We're in the 5th inning, only those 50 pitches thrown.
And Marvel with the slightly open stance. There's that curveball twisting and turning outside. 1-1 the count. She faced the minimum in the second, faced the minimum in the fourth. Had a couple of singles in the first. One was stranded. One single in the third, stranded. Tried to hold it there. Maletsky didn't get the call. 2-1 the count. Colorado Stars. Lifted, shallow left. Easy chance for Casey Wiggins. In the bottom half of inning number 5. Sydney Montoya, just her second at bat. You get later in the game and just your second go of it, you know you've been held at bay.
Sydney Montoya.
Sydney takes over the inside corner for strike 1.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a little more of the short game, trying to make some Vipers move on the infield.
Spins that curveball outside.
But the Stars have made good, solid contact. It's just been right at Viper defenders or uncomfortable contact from Pettit.
Pretty good contact, that's driven to right. But again, when you take a pass at that softball and you think you're on it with that twist and turn at the end with the curveball, it's down off the end of the bat. You see it good coming in, not all the time, but that time.
Now entering the game. At the plate.
Now it's like Pettit's body comes aggressively at the right-handed hitter and then quickly changes directions along with her arm and the ball and cuts across that corner. So it's really hard to be comfortably in that box and stay in with that front side.
Malia Yoxheimer gets the call to pinch hit with number 19 on that jersey, the catcher by trade. Malia, her first at bat in this game, the sophomore.
So take a look at this pitch, how she drives hard towards the batter and then really turns hard.
Yoxheimer strikes it deep toward left field. She gave it a ride, but a nice play out there made by Casey Wiggins. Yoxheimer, the daughter of Lindsay and Lance, gets the call off the bench. Gave us a thrill. But an even better defensive play by Casey Wiggins. 4-0. a spectacular evening in Southern California. Whether you're watching from your seat or maybe flying over checking us out. There isn't a more pretty time of the day, whether you're here or looking out to the Pacific. That glow is starting to take over SoCal. This ballpark is at its prettiest at night.
Number 13,
Will Barber Park, Deanna Manning Stadium in Irvine, California.
Number 3, Casey Wiggins.
Casey Wiggins. Jocelyn Valtine back out there. Case has walked. Looks at a screwball in. She's also singled.
Valtine nibbling inside, nibbling out.
Two and one the count. This 18U age group, it's been a long time since they've won a championship of any type. As a matter of fact, you go back a decade to 2013. In 2012, the 14U team won the PGF, the Loveless coach team, the national championship. It was their first ever national title that this Atlanta Vipers team won. 14U team a decade ago. Casey not interested as that one flutters in there. Ball away, beautiful pitch. Started at outer half. It was off the plate by the time it arrived.
And just a nice sequence of pitches, but the finishing pitch to get the strikeout. You know, it gets me thinking about the Stars pitchers and the path that this team has come on with just the two pitchers playing 15 games over these last 6 days. I know pitchers have a less aggressive motion underhand than baseball does overhand, but there's still some wear and tear throughout the week. It's been a long season for a lot of these athletes. They've played tournaments prior to coming into PGF, so these pitchers really are digging deep into the bottom of their well to leave it all out there on the field in these last couple of innings.
Laser beam, foul ball. Foul ball is the call. And I mean, that was just on that line and it just missed. Very close.
And no review. That was a very, very close call. It was the right call, foul. Unless the glove hit the ball, which didn't look like there was any contact.
They've taken an 0-2 changeup. That's how close it was. Tough play to make, not even close. Harley is on. That's her second hit. She's 2 for 4.
And those are the type of hits as a pitcher you just sigh and think, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Nothing you can do about that. A mishit off the handle, but creates so much spin. And just deadens in the perfect spot.
Runner on the move, throw down. That one kicks away, far enough away. Hurrying in the third, standing up. Run number 5 on a break there. Harley with the slide. Throw from Johnson. Got her as she slid in there.
Yeah, you've got to be quick on this release. Bounces it and then kicks it away. Harley advances to third.
Oregon commit Elise Crescio. Doubled and scored back in the first inning. 2-0 the count. Down and gets that pitch away, and it's a foul ball. She said, I've always been a little bit, Elise said, underestimated because of my size. The one thing that motivated me, the importance of showing up every day and proving yourself. Not with the chip on your shoulder, but with a good attitude and energy. A lot of times people use, and it's nothing wrong if you have a chip on your shoulder, but that seems to sometimes be, to me, overused. Beautiful pitch. Changed up on her. It's a 2-1 pitch, by the way.
I was going to say executed at such the perfect time. You're not expecting it there. You don't want to go, you notice she doesn't want to go 3 balls. But pulls it out perfectly.
That's the kind of reaction with someone who's headed to play in the pack for Oregon. You think, are you kidding me? Dropping that. To me, it just scrambles the brain of the hitter, because to me now, if you'll throw a 2-1, why won't you throw a 2-2?
Absolutely.
Which makes everything that you throw firm much more effective. Let's watch. This is a fun little moment here after that slow changeup. Outside with it. She's got some variations of that changeup.
Yeah, I was seeing a couple of different speeds, especially in the last inning or so. Just wondering if it was a little fatigue, but I think it's strategic, and that changeup is just such a big difference.
Two. Just got a piece. She's definitely taken up some ownership inside that head.
Yeah, you can see way out front, looking maybe outside, protecting off speed.
These are the battles. If hitters win, oh, is it gratifying, because right now it's pure pitcher. Ready for it, drives it, she was on the changeup! She drove it in the left field. What a fun matchup. That time the changeup didn't fool her. I got to know from your perspective how she stayed back and hammered this one.
Yeah, I think in her mind she was thinking that a changeup could be thrown. By the way that she leaned into that last pitch, she was leaning over towards that outside corner, and this changeup just happened to be high enough in the zone where she kept her hands back and was able to drive it.
5-0. That was fun back and forth right there. That wasn't the slower than slow changeup. As you said, she's got a handful of them. But if there was a little bit of guessing going on, as you said, she guessed right. But you know what that pitch is. Strike one is dealt to Rouse. You know what that pitch, even if you're looking for it, when a pitcher has multiple speeds of that pitch, it's hard to lock in like she did.
Well, you're really looking to fight it off if you get it, right? So you get it. She hammered that pitch.
Coach Lombardi, I bet, liked that approach. Future Oregon Duck out there at second base. Curveball just off the plate. Gonna have fun in the pack. Gritty player.
You know, I was just thinking, Coach Lombardi, she has a way of finding those gritty players that really do well in her program.
Base hit left field. Moving up base to base is Crescio. Rouse, how about this game? 2 walks, triple, single. Bailey's having an incredible night.
Now batting, first baseman, number 1, Carly Gutierrez.
A little play on numbers as we didn't talk much about earlier, but Bailey Rouse is number 01. Carly Gutierrez is just number 1.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No. Well, you could do that a lot. You could have a 07 and 7, a 08 and 8. I don't know about our graphics team, though. As that one dives outside, 1-0 the count. Carly Gutierrez. 2-0 the count. You're checking us out on Flow Sports. We've got a busy day. This is day 1. Tomorrow, day 2 of weekend 1, championship weekend. The 18U Premier Championship game. The school All-American game. Futures All-American game. The best 25s and 24s. Tomorrow, there you go, noon, 18U Premier. We'll have it for you. The Futures game, 25s versus 24s. And then the high school All-American game. 3-1 the count.
Well, the Vipers have been really consistent throughout this game, putting up that 2 runs in the first inning, really set the tone on offense, and then has scored just about every inning, 1 in the 3rd, 4th, 6th. But those 10 hits have made all the difference.
Roll to the right side, that run scores. And it's interesting, if you don't mind, let's go back to why that run scores. The pitch sequence, Crescio against Beltine. Walk us through this.
Well, she starts away. Here's that pickoff, that one in the left that set this up, and here's that tremendous at-bat going away, mixing the off-speed. That was the off-speed that we thought might define the at-bat. A hard turn. Look at both sides of the plate being defended, and then you could see a little bit of a lean on the changeup, and then sits back a few pitches later. I mean, you got the sense in that at-bat that there really wasn't a place to put any pitch that wasn't going to be hit. I think the only spot that that changeup could have been thrown to be effective is in the dirt. Just throw it in the dirt, I think you have her.
Well, it's funny, and by the way, the count, no balls, 2 strikes. We wanted to see that replay all the way through, 0-2 the count. It was that check swing. I didn't mean to, I don't know where I'm at, that she fouled off at home plate where I thought she was done.
Right.
I thought that's it.
You thought she was in her head.
Yeah, I thought she's completely locked. But that's why she's a great hitter, though.
Right.
And that feeling of victory, as we talked about, too. You know, when you have such a disconnected feeling as a hitter, as she did in that single moment, it's not taking the pitch because that would have fooled any hitter. It's more that indecisive foul ball, and then you double the next pitch. It speaks a lot to kind of attitude and flushing things. takes a change up that time, rolls it the other way. Ava Moon, 6-0 is the score. The 18U Platinum Division National Championship game. The Atlanta Vipers on top of the Colorado Stars, 6-0. Now the story has been this team from Atlanta, Georgia, the Vipers. So strong through this whole event, but this is their strongest statement they've made, and their heartbeat's right there in the center of the circle.
Now batting,
She's gotten runs, but she could only have one and she'd be fine. Pettit has just been dominating. And it's been about spin, it's been about command. It's been about changing sight lines, changing speed. It's been a clinic.
Yeah, and just keeping runners off base. There hasn't been a base on balls hit by pitch. No runners on base that haven't earned it.
2-1 strikes to balls. There's that curveball that nobody likes.
Look at how aggressive that follow through is. Imagine that coming at you as a left-handed hitter.
Then you got to be cognizant of that.
What?
Go ahead and dive, why don't you? Because I'm coming in. And then a changeup up and in right at the hands. Georgia Southern commit. Ainsley Pettit, Ans, as she is called. Ansley from Ball Ground, Jennifer Maloney, her high school coach. Creekview High School. Ansley gets a chase up. Ainsley Pettit, what an outing.
That's what makes Pettit really tough as well. Look at the change in the spin on that pitch. She lives down in the zone, hard in, hard out. A nice changeup, but then she'll change her eye level. She'll go up with that rise ball for the swing and miss.
Peyton Rayleigh.
Peyton Rayleigh against Ainsley Pettit. Changeup is up and in, 1-0 the count. Pettit says, I have so many people who have inspired me growing up. She says, my parents pushed me to be the best I can, showed me what hard work is. My pitching instructor, Amy Johnston, is a huge reason Ansley says that I'm here. Done so for 9 years. Can you even explain the movement on that pitch I just saw?
No, to a certain extent, you can't really teach that aggressive snap over the top. I mean, this is just total command and commitment to the movement and location on that pitch. She is so aggressive with her body.
Skied short. 2 outs in the inning. Asked Ansley, if I were to take softball away, what would you do? What are you passionate about beyond softball? She said, gosh, I've grown to love softball so much it'd be difficult, but I've also loved gardening. And then teaching, if I'm not allowed to play, I'd love to teach the sport to younger people. An interesting line to describe this introverted, thoughtful athlete. As that one hits the inside corner, she said, watching plants or people grow into all sorts of amazing things and blossom into themselves is something I enjoy in life. Popped up. She's the one who's blossoming tonight on a national stage in a championship game. Ainsley Pettit has been incredible for the Vipers. The base runners, they have been 0-0. 6-0 is the score. She's 3 outs away from the title. This was interesting, Amanda.
Yeah, a little conversation as soon as Pettit comes back into the dugout. Maybe a little pitch calling. Hey, what did you mean by this pitch? But I love the communication, hoping it's positive, and her saying, hey, let's do this one more inning. No, I don't want anybody to go in relief. I want this game. Let me finish it.
And away we go. First pitch. This is in and off the plate as this, the 7th inning now ahead of us. The count. And to free Darren Sutton. And you, thanks for being with us. Reagan Hickey tonight was 0 for 3, reached on the fielder's choice start. The Vipers trying to lock up a title. Maybe some add-on wouldn't be so bad.
There's a lot of energy in that dugout right now.
They have won at other events, these Vipers, but this is the event, and they've only won here once. More than a decade ago, the 14U team, only in its 3rd year of existence at that point, the PGF National Championship. As that one's to the right side, shallow right field. This drop coming all the way in, Montoya calling off Marvel. First PGF National Championship played in 2010. Down off the end of the bat. Shortstop cuts across. Barnhart took charge right away. Great communication, back-to-back plays. Montoya calling off Marvel. Barnhart letting Osborne know I've got a better beat.
This would be a big 1-2-3 inning for the Stars. The Vipers have gotten base runners on every inning throughout this ball game, so they've managed to get runners on, hit a ton.
It could be a 1-2-3. Let's see. It is. Looked like a little bit of a delay for Rayleigh in picking that one up. The story has been this talented athlete in the circle, Ansley Pettit, who all night long has had the Stars very uncomfortable. 3 more outs and it's a title. What a celebration tonight for Pettit in the circle. Ansley, that's all the talking I'll do. This is all you.
She has just been phenomenal in working through the zone, keeping the ball down, but then also changing eye level up, getting some swing and misses. But look at the movement going up and down, and then she's been using that changeup to complement both. But Pettit has just been tremendous in those 6 innings that she's pitched thus far. Only 3 hits allowed, a handful of strikeouts, 69 pitches. Talk about being effective and efficient.
Goes right to work, zips it over the outside corner, strike 1. Maddie DeMoss is 0 for 2. Again, you know you've done something well in the circle if in the final inning you're just starting to face batters for the 3rd time. Just now, 3rd time through the order. When these Atlanta Vipers won their lone PGF championship, this is the 18U age group. They won it at the 14U age group. When they won that 14U Premier, it was the first ever championship for any 14U team because it was the first ever PGF event at that age group. Lifted toward the alley in left center field. That's down. That's some damage. That's a runner in scoring position for the first time since all the way back in the 1st inning when Meredith Barnhart was at 2nd. So DeMoss with a double.
And this is the time to do it. Gets to contact, gets it into left center field. That's a long way to run for Wiggins out there in left. Picked up by Crescio and gotten in quickly.
Number 3, Addie Osborne.
2-1 the count to Addie Osborne. 0 for 2 with a pop-up to short and a strikeout. Well, check swing, pop that one up. Charging in, diving, can't hold on. There may be a play. No, great heads-up running to third base by DeMoss. Crescendo did all she could and nearly made a circus play.
A great effort by Crescendo in center field. Almost picks this up, but does a good job of keeping it close enough to prevent the run from scoring. And just by giving that effort, you have to hold at second base. You can't take off in advance, and you can see DeMoss has to go back enough to make sure that that ball's down before she heads for third.
Entering the game and now batting number 10, Caitlin Wieskamp.
Caitlin Wieskamp gets the opportunity to hit now. Caitlin looks at strike one. Wieskamp from Meade, Colorado. Goes up and gets that one. It's a high fly ball to center field, just shy of the wall. And Caitlin, who got the call to come off the bench, contributes for his team. Her team breaks up the shutout. Wieskamp with a beautiful approach. Leaned on that one. That ball well struck too.
Yeah, some solid contact being made by the Stars right now. This ball looked like it was going to travel further than it did, but Crescendo has a good beat on it. Gets it in quickly, but that scores the Stars' first run.
Talk about moments for Wieskamp getting the call there to hit. She has opted not to play college softball. She's going to go to the University of Iowa and focus on her studies. So I'm guessing just there, that heart had to be racing. That may be one of her last competitive at-bats.
And I love that, and she's going to remember that.
So congratulations. Yeah, she leaned on that one.
Yeah, she did.
All right, it's the outside corner to Peyton Marvel. Six to 1 the score. Rise ball gets a big time commitment, 1 out away. 6 strikeouts.
And this ball way up at the eyes, just set up nicely. Great spin on that pitch.
Addie Kwong.
Starts at the letters and goes to the eyes.
1-0 with the count. Addie Kwong gets the call to pinch hit. Another opportunity for one of the reserves in this game anyway, from Denver, Colorado, Northfield High School, heading into her senior year. Ouch. That got her down in the knee area. She'll take it, look at that. A smile trots to first. Addie one more year at Northfield High School.
That hurt.
All right. The daughter of Mary and Norman.
Now batting Peyton Rayleigh.
Great hurdler. As that one drops. 1-0 the count.
Number 19, Malia Yatzheimer.
Malia Yatzheimer. Her second at bat, she flied to left field. Screwball grabs the inside corner. Yatzheimer still looking for a place to play. She's got time. She's a 20-25, really playing up on this team. What a great opportunity to play with so many older athletes. Daughter of Lindsay and Lance, as that one is high. When she was young, was a very competitive dancer. To use her words, I was a killer tap dancer. Still love to dance a lot, but now this is my focus. Beautiful curveball. There it is, 2-2.
Yeah, that's the Pettit that we've been seeing throughout the game. That wicked movement on that down ball has been so effective.
The 2-2. Back to the screen it goes. Living to swing one more time. Alzheimer also played volleyball, basketball. By the time she was 11 years old, she was 5'9", so she figured, why not try hoops? Ainsley Pettit trying to put this game away. Bouncing ball, hugging the line, gobbling up, feeling, firing, not in time, and another run will score at 6-2. Rouse came on. There was no play to be made, too difficult. Just a fortunate swing. That one topped, hugging up the line. And so Malia reaches.
Oh, the old swinging bunt. This is so hard to defend. That full swing and a throw across the body. Just not able to get as much momentum and power on that throw. And then, even like you said, if the pick had been made, still would have been safe, but another run scores.
Stars have been handcuffed this entire night. Give them credit in this final frame. And it's some of the depth off the bench. Bray Blair now gets an opportunity. She's coaching herself up in that box. Takes that one right out of the catcher's mitt. 0-1 the count.
We just have this feeling that coming into the 7th inning, they get the mentality of, hey, we've got nothing to lose at this point, right? Let's just go up there, you know, do what we can to get base runners, and then you kind of let go and let things happen. The mentality and the results have definitely changed for the Stars this inning.
0-2 the count on the young athlete who's a 2024, headed to Ferris State, committed to play college softball. She's from Thornton, Colorado, where she goes to Mountain Ridge High School. Paul and Christina, her parents. 0-2 the count. No chase, not that time. Shot of Alan Wiggins right back into that clipboard, making notes. The 1-2. The hardware is going back to Atlanta, Georgia. For the first time in more than a decade, the Vipers are victorious. They win it all. This, the 18U Platinum Division PGF Championship.
The Colorado Stars team.
They won the first ever 14U back in 2012. 11 years later, this 18U team brings it back to the beautiful Peach State. Some emotions there.
Yeah, you know, at this stage in the game, some of these athletes, this is it. They're off to college, and so many memories are made at these tournaments, on these teams, and this is family to these athletes, and what just a fantastic performance all week long by the Vipers and the Colorado Stars to come out and put up a performance like they did today. Congratulations to the Vipers ultimately winning that championship. But what a fun week for these group of athletes.
Now they scored the runs. They did their thing offensively, but it was Pettit. She was the reason they were victorious.
Well, Pettit was lights out in the circle. A tiny hiccup at the end, but it didn't matter. Her team came through on offense, and Pettit was just phenomenal in the circle. With that curveball, changeup, rise ball, she had it all, and she led her team to the end.
What a cool customer. He's about to capture the moment with his phone. That's exactly what he's doing. Ansley Pettit was oh so good. Ansley, if you can hear us down there, congratulations. How does it feel?
It feels awesome at this point. It's like we've all worked so hard to get to this point, and it's just exhilarating. It's awesome. I don't know.
So your mind as it equaled your physical presence, you were so dominating. Talk to me a little bit about how you mentally prepared for this event.
Shoot. You just work all week and then you just keep going at it, and that's all you do. And with everybody backing me up, I know I can throw any pitch, and if it gets hit or if it doesn't, I know they have my back, and if they score, we'll get it back.
Well, and they were definitely having your back at the plate, putting up those runs as a pitcher. God, it's got to feel good to go out there in the circle. And no, you don't have to be perfect, even though you were darn close tonight. But going out there and just being able to throw comfortably.
It's honestly great. Just being able to throw what I want to throw, and then if my movement works, and most of the time it does, but if it doesn't, I know they have my back, and that showed tonight.
Go crush it at Georgia Southern. It was an honor to call your game tonight.
Thank you.
Well done. Not bad for an introvert, by the way. Not bad at all. Well done. Outstanding job, Ansley Pettit, out of Ball Ground, Georgia, headed to Georgia Southern. She was an ace tonight, and we are certainly glad that you spent time with all of us watching this championship game. The Colorado Stars had an incredible journey as well, fighting their way to this title game. And as we talked about, the Vipers in their history winning the first ever 14U 11 years ago. These 18Us on their way to college came to Southern California, and they flexed. Not only was it Pettit, but great support offensively. Rouse was amazing. Our entire production team alongside Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton. The Vipers win it all. We'll see you soon at the ballpark. Have a good one.